that if you put on your game will help you very much to analyze the moves. First of all, in the opening. The opening is a fight for the central squares. The square E4, D4, E5, and D5. The pieces who control better the center, what would have? They will have greater mobility because they are in the center. It's like a martial art. If you have the center of the fight, it's much easier, much more difficult for your opponent to attack. And you can develop your pieces protected by your center. Put your king in safety, your rooks together, and then, since your opponent will not have the center, if he is not fighting for it, he will, in order to develop their pieces, create some debility, or some bad piece positioned, or a king exposed. Something will happen if he's not fighting for the center. And then, only then, you go for this debility. First, establish your center. Wait for what your opponent is going to do, and then, if he's not finding the center, it's going to be something that you have to exploit, and then you are condemned to try to exploit it. Otherwise, you would be losing your initiative. So, center, harmony, development, king on safety, and then check what's going on. But the fight for the center is very intricate because, for example, in the Ruy-Lopes, if you play E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, bishop B5, you are pressuring all the time the point E5, but in an indirect way. And the fight will always keep on that point. And after black somehow defend it, then white will have a little bit more of space to maneuver his pieces, because black have to fight for the square. Another thing important is to try not in the opening, to try to achieve some material advantage. I realize that in some games, people want to take a pawn and then defend this pawn at all costs. It could work in an average game, but when you go a little bit higher, it will expose the center, you will have problems with development. So do not try just in the beginning to go for too much. Wait for the pieces to ask you what they want to go. Don't impose your will to the pieces. So it's like in the Bhagavad Gita, the Kurukshetra, the ego and the soul fight. There, if you represent your ego here, say, I want this move, I want this piece, I want to go in this way, you're going to lose. But if you are there as a truthful king and ask for the pieces where they want to go, then you have a chance. So chess in life is very simple. As long as you try to forget your desires and try to be in harmony with the universe, you succeed. As long as you want to impose your desires to the universe, you know pretty well what happens. And basically it's this. So do not forget that chess is also a war in a mirror of life. If I had more time, each one I played here, I have already an opinion formed in my mind about its personality. How he developed the pieces, what some here, what afraid of here, or what afraid there. I can somehow tell you a little bit about each one of you that I play, but we have no time. No? But so it's impossible to lie in a chess game. In a discussion, we can lie. You can use hypocrisy, sophisms to win the discussion because there's no proof. But in chess, there is no space for hypocrites. If you affirm something, you have to prove. If you don't prove, why are you affirming something? So chess, it's a very good scenario for a nice discussion, for a nice understanding of human behavior. So that's the way I learned to look for chess. And if somehow this helps you on the way, I would be very happy. I hope that I'm trying to do business with your company. I hope that I will do that business very much to bring Zorro to Brazil. And every time I come to India, let's do that again and let's see how we improve and try to make it a common way every time I come or somehow. Okay? So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.